I've no interest in this Men movie coming out. It's like
No.
Oh no.
just well, even on just titles alone. I mean,
Yeah, no, exactly. The title alone, I was like, no, I'm not gonna go fucking. Oh, it's a horror movie and it's called what? Men? Yeah, no thanks.
I'm done.
Yeah, if you called it Woman, to be honest, it's like women are a much better villain anyway. Like historically, like witches and with fairy tales and shit.
Stepmother archetype. Yeah, like
yeah. Just do that. Why you got to go about? God, this idea that you have to keep deconstructing this bullshit idea that like men were viewed as such heroes. Like all the movies that we like, the movie that we're doing tonight is not about a fucking white man hero guy. He's not a fucking hero. Like it's not like white men have just been portrayed for over hundreds of years as just straight up good guys. It's bullshit. So I have no patience for this kind of sexist, racist white men bullshit. Unless you want to have it go the other way too, then I'm fine with that. If you want to have it go the other way and make a movie about like the Jews running the world, or do a movie about like Yakub creating white people and then
the evil black scientist making
exactly.
the white devil.
Yeah, then I'll be fine with that, sure. Or how about make a pro-slavery movie, a pro American slavery movie. I mean, I make a movie about how the slaves didn't want to leave the plantation. They loved their master. Like, what's his name? Jesse Lee Peterson.
They love their job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They had,
just Uncle Ruckus, the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Just if they want to do that, then fine. But like, give me a break with this. It's such an easy target because, it's just to me, it's making white dudes look better because they're not having, we're not like marching in the streets about it because we're just like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
It's lame.
This will make a great blurb for the teaser for this video. So
yeah, exactly. Got my name on there and everything.
In your fucking face.
My fucking face.
Everyone can find you. Hurry up and cut that hair. Shave your beard.
I mean, it's nothing I wouldn't say. I've said this stuff to my colleagues who are a different colored skin than I am, and they tend to agree. I mean, it's just like, and we make jokes about it because real people don't care about this stuff. Real people look at this and be like, why are they I don't know why they do this either. It's only for like maybe 5% of the population, maybe, who get off on this stuff. And the rest are, like the kids are just kind of forced to go see it or,
Well, that's the thing is like, if nothing else is getting made, then people will have to watch it. And I've been trying to convince a buddy of mine about this. Like, this isn't about money. Like, this is about evil.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's about destroying art and making it so that real art can't get made. Only content can get made. And the content being made is propagandizing horse shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And sowing a divide in the country. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like it almost feels like it's sponsored by a foreign country, probably China. Yeah. And, or even, but it's not, it's automatic at this point. That like, it's the same way that, 30 years ago, you would have to get your script if it had anything to do with military equipment in your script. If you did like a war movie or anything, you had to send the script to the Pentagon, and the Pentagon would have to sign off on it. And if you wanted to rent any of their equipment, you'd have to get that sign off. And they actually had final say over what got in the movie, in the script, and then also in the final cut. The first cut, they were in the room watching it with the studio execs, to make sure that nothing got in there that wasn't subversive. and if it was, it was taken out. And what ended up happening is, in the turn of the century, this century, was that process of all that paperwork and having it sent to the Pentagon, all this, it's basically, they don't even do that anymore because the executives know exactly what to look for. So they don't even, the script won't even have any of that shit in there. And the execs will catch it if they do. So they're doing the job for the Pentagon themselves. And you saw this happen with the Obamas when they announced Zero Dark 30 one. And it was the first time.
Every Catherine Bigelow movie, of the time.
But this was the first instance that the United States government was involved in the Academy Awards. Like that had never been done before. And that was like a very big sort of signal that a lot of people missed. A lot of people go, oh, that's just nice. You know, the Obamas, they're so nice. Like, no, that's the United States government getting involved into the arts, like very blatantly. Before it was just sort of in the back room. Now it's up front. Now you have the president shouldn't be announcing what the fuck is it? What does the president have to do with the Academy Awards? Nothing. They shouldn't be involved in that at all. So this like tie with Hollywood and the government and modern day movies. There's a lot of correlation going, a lot of connections going on. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and even all of that recent Met Gala bullshit that was going on, I didn't even tune into it, but it's like it's all tied together. Yeah, all this performative fakery, amongst Hollywood. Yeah, the military.
Like what Wolfman said, because there's no celebrities anymore. I don't even know how many of those people were. Most of them, they're just, and they look bored, and their costumes are terrible. It's like and so it's just this distraction that. But you know what's really sad is like people just watch it. They just eat this shit up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they, or do they just turn it on at the airport and in bars, and that's how it still gets ratings?
I think a lot of women still watch it. Men never watched it, so it's not like they're like, what is she wearing tonight? Like no one gives a shit. The women are watching it, and those are the ones that, those are the voters. Really, those are the ones that they're trying to win over. That's why remember AOC and that other girl, Cara Delevingne, a couple of years ago wore that thing of like, fuck the patriarchy in the ass or something.
Well, and that's
sodomize the patriarchy.
Yeah. Fuck the rich, as they're eating up. No, and then that's we haven't even like gone into the introduction yet for the movie, but
I like this shit.
No, but that's something like I realized earlier on, like just a lot of the people I went to high school and college with, they definitely still eat a lot of this shit up and don't even question it.
Marvel movies, Marvel movies.
Yeah. The Zoomers, the normies. Yeah.
How old are you, Jeremy?
I'm 27 now. Yeah. So
you're almost as Zoomers are like 25, right? So you're at like the tail end of a millennial. Are you a?
Yeah, we talked about that before. I'm definitely on the tail end. So I'm like in being in that position, I'm kind of disconnected from both half the time because I'm just sort of seeing things somewhat more objectively and just saying like, you guys are both weird. Like, can we, like, where's the next generation to step in and like revolt against all of this?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like people think that it's, especially there's this tendency on the right to think that that the next thing is coming next year in the next vote, and the right is always on the defense. So it's always like we're gonna get once we get this thing, like Elon Musk, you've got Twitter and all this stuff, but it's like no, this shit is not going to go away for a long time. We're probably not going to be alive when it's over. It's going to maybe 30 years. If you listen to Yarvin, he thinks hopefully 25 years, maybe 15. But like it could be 75 years. and so that's what I was saying. Is like when Elon Musk bought Twitter, I was like, everyone was kind of like happy, and they're still kind of happy, but and in a way, it's an interesting gesture, but he's already said that there's going to be tiers. Governments or celebrities, if you have like 10 million, depending on your follower count, you have to pay money for that, because you're basically getting a free service to broadcast to, thousands, millions of people. So he thinks that you should pay for that. He does, at least on his end, go after people who are spreading disinformation about him, or news organizations that are spreading disinformation about him. But by all accounts, like, if he said everyone's going to be verified, and what we know about what's been happening is people have been doxing people, right? They've been recently just been posting Supreme Court judges' home addresses, all this shit. And people, you look at Steve Bannon, you look at any kind of dissident on the right, they can't use PayPal, they can't use MasterCard, they can't. It's like, so as soon as you have to be verified, now we know where you work, we know what you look like, we know what your name is, and that's that doesn't seem to, that's going to ruin all the fun of that medium. I mean, the best accounts on there are the ones that are anonymous, and the memes, it's like it's just going to be lame and gay like everything else, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be the saddest disappointment, is the death to the memes, because that's what we're kind of striving, living for at this point. I mean, even in amidst right now all the Roe v. Wade dialogue going on at the moment, like, I've just been sharing jokes. I'm making fun of everybody, even on Facebook, where it's like I'm my most vulnerable with family members and things like that. I'm just like, I don't care as much, It's like you got to put that mirror to people's faces once in a while who take this stuff a little too seriously.
Yeah, well, that's another thing too, is like they didn't really do anything with that. It hasn't been written. It's not a law. It's just like this opinion that they write up first before they announce something. And the leaker was like probably a left-wing person, just like they were in the Trump or the Trump administration, who's leaking all that shit to the press. And but if you talk to these people about Julian Assange, if you talk to them about Edward Snowden or anything like that, now they're bad guys because they leaked, and then when it came to this guy or the leaker for this, they said we don't really care, so the that apparatus is, they're very scared. And so one of the things is you try to push is like, don't scare them, because if you scare them, they're going to they have the power. They have the military, they have Hollywood, they've got the propaganda machine, they got all this stuff. But if you lay dormant and be passive and be cooler than them, and cool people don't, basically, cool people aren't little bitches, meaning like cool people don't complain about shit. You just take it in stride. Even when it's, and so like if they're going to indoctrinate your kids, it's like, all right, well then homeschool your kids if you can, or just make sure you can kind of counter whatever sort of propaganda they're getting in school. But eventually it's like you don't want to punish these people. You just want them to, and you don't want to like kick them out of the country, right? Because we all live here, and we got this. You want
them to see. You want them to understand.
You want to see and understand, but also it's like if they want to do that, if they want to like sacrifice their children up to Moloch, you basically go, okay, you can go do that over in the hill country over there where nobody's really, basically little let them have their little cult, but away from the general population. Like it's, in a way, it's like the sort of Christian conservative should be the mainstream, and all the other weird stuff that's mainstream now, that should be on the fringe, because that's basically where it belongs.
Yeah.
But this all came from like post like sorry, I keep going off, but because I have too much caffeine. But this all came from the Occupy Wall Street shit, because that scared the shit out of the ruling class, the elites, or whatever you want to call them, the PMCs, the professional managerial class. That scared the shit out of them, because they were all like, we want, that was white people, black people, Asian people, all Hispanic people, all kind of people going like, oh yeah, we want your shit, and was like, we want all of your money. You got one, we're the 1%, and we're the 99%, and you got all the money, and what do you guys want? Well, we want your money. And they're like, oh, and then all of a sudden Occupy Wall Street goes away, and then we start getting all this woke shit in 2010, or at least after, but
I was gonna say, like, in that last moment, the feds, like, the sirens started going off, like, they're coming for Anthony right now.
Yeah. Whose is that? Is that you, Wolfman?
No, it might be. I mean, I think maybe that's what happened with my fucking connection, is you started talking all this shit, and then like they do on BAP show, they attacked us with gamma rays.
Yeah, they're coming to get you, dude. Sorry.
I didn't do anything. You're the one talking all this jive.
I know. It's
I talk
guilt
enough
by
shit
association.
I'll take one for the team. Cuff me up. I don't mind. We'll definitely probably get back into this at some point as it relates to Max Dembo in some way. But yeah, so I'm gonna just do my quick little scripted intro, and then we'll get right into it. But
oh fuck, really? None of this is gonna make it onto the this is good shit right here.
Oh no, it'll make it. It's gonna take it's gonna be like an elongated sort of intro. So,
okay.
To lead into the movie.
You got to put the transgressive shit in, because
people
love the transgression.